GMGP, good morning, good people. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to wake up with us. You're sick. You're sick in the head. There's a lot of fantasy football shows out there, but I promise y'all, they not like us. Brock Bowers, you looked a little quicker than fast. What does that even mean? Redraft, Dynasty, best ball, high stakes, we got you covered.
And that's MVS and Justin Watson.
With some of the dopest tools designed to help you cancel out the noise and dominate your leagues.
If there's a white wide receiver named Antoine, sign me up.
Maybe it's cultural. I don't know. In season or off season, rain, sleet, hail, and snow,
comma, semicolon, period, next sentence.
to bring you the most actionable and entertaining content on YouTube. You don't go buy the dip on the Titanic.
Quarterback that you love, D-Bro. One of the best values in fantasy football.
Prop bets with my man Jay Rich.
Yes! Let's go!
So wipe the crust out of your eye, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake y'all asses up with Ray
And Jay.
in the morning.
My God.
How good is
Dude.
he? How good is he? Let's get it, GMGP. It is Monday, July 14, 2025. Y'all decided to wake y'all asses up with myself and my brother, my brother from another mother, Jordan Richards. You can find him at your boy Jay Rich. We appreciate each and every eye, each and every year in the damn building. Y'all pull up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank y'all for waking up with me and Jay Rich. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, like the content, subscribe to the channel, show that love, show that support. Jay, the people are in the building. My dog Sty Lee, what's popping with you, Lee? I got your message this morning. I had to prep for the show. Jay Rich and I were scrambling to get shit together today. Lee, I got you a little bit later, baby. Appreciate you all the way from Australia. Lee in the building. Patrick Price was popping, baby. What's good, Graphic 13? See you talking about Jerome Ford. Taylor, GMGP. To you, Johnny Lillycrap in the building. I see Jay Sully. They not like us. No, sir. No, sir. Moggs in the building. Rudy, Cold World TDE. Royce Taylor. GMGP to you. AJ, what's popping with you, big dog? All City 617. We got a full crew in the building. And the first person, J Rich JR Enterprise, talking about that new clips. I've not listened yet. I've not listened to the clips yet, so I will. J Rich, a little too young. He doesn't know anything about Malice. He doesn't know anything about Pusha T. He did not listen to the Clips album. He did not. He is Drake and all them European rappers. That's all Jay Rich likes. Canadian and European rappers, no Clips. He knows nothing about the Clips. How you doing, Jay?
I'm good, man. I'm good. But yeah, you're definitely correct. I don't know who Malice is. Never heard of him. I'm very familiar, of course, with Pusha T because Pusha T is a little more relevant in my lifetime and my time listening to rap. But no, I have no interest in the Clips album. I'm very good on that. I'm very good on that. And yeah, right. I mean, if the best artist alive right now in Drizzy Drake says that UK rappers are better than American rappers, I mean,
Stop.
Who am I to disagree? And I certainly, based off my musical preferences, would prefer to listen to some of the UK rappers and some of the American rappers. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Everyone has their preferences.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Some people like Clips. Some people like
that sexy red. Whatever floats your boat, right?
Some people ain't me, though. It ain't me.
Your boy Drake loves her. Your boy, anyway.
Drake does love sexy red. Yeah,
he does. We got a lot to talk about. The people in the building. They say Ray waked and baked this morning. No, Tommy.
Not this morning.
We had a long weekend of baseball once again, man. You know I got to shout out my little ones, Jay Rich. You know I got to shout out my little ones. And yeah, we wrapped up 8U baseball, man. This is this past weekend. Last weekend of 8U baseball for my oldest and the last weekend of 6U ball for my youngest. And Jay Rich, wouldn't you know, once again, we took home the hardware, baby. Little man.
Let's go.
Took home the hardware. There he is right there. Jay Rich thinks these jerseys are hilarious. He thinks
they literally say Black Land All-Stars.
Yeah, man, what's wrong with that? Black Land All-Stars. There's a little man right
but
there.
I think
took
it's hilarious.
Home another tournament championship.
If this was like a beer league jersey, I get it, right? You're just having fun, whatever. But this is 8U baseball.
Hey, man, he's an all-star.
Only in Texas, man.
I wish I could. I wish the video was a little ungrainy. I would show the people that second base play. But shout out to the little GQs, man. Both of them. 6U, 8U season's done. Finally get some weekends. Jay, we've been playing since damn February to mid-July. It is time for a baseball break. So excited about all of that. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the sports world. And I see somebody already shouting out the WWE hat. Jay Rich doesn't like my hat either. Daniel, Evolution, incredible last night. My God, Naomi bringing home the Women's World Championship. The night before, you had Saturday night's main event, Evolution, smashed it. Seth Rollins screwed his knee up. Just, Jay, you got to watch, man. The best thing going on TV. I'm going to get you into this, whether you like it or not. WWE was dope this weekend. Evolution, freaking incredible. And to that point, Jay Rich, I have to announce to you and to the people, there will be no wake up on Friday. There will be no wake up on Friday. Taking the kids, the wife, we are a wrestling family. We're going to San Antonio for Smackdown. So we got to see John Cena and Cody Rhodes. So no wake up this Friday. We'll be in San Antonio. We got to go to Smackdown when they come to Texas. So just programming alert. Wake up only Monday and Wednesday this week. Jay, you get another day off.
So, well, and you know I'm going to be gone all next week. So I'm more than happy to take the day off on Friday as well.
No problem. No problem. Well, we got some news that we got to get to, Jay. Actually, let's get into the content that people might have missed because you, my friend, were absolutely fantastic on Saturday night. The Mailbag show, you were awesome. You were on with Brandon. Y'all talked about all kinds of things. Trade questions. Y'all argued Cash App versus Venmo versus PayPal. Just a very entertaining show. So if you've not checked out the Dynasty Mailbag show, Brandon does a great job hosting the show. Jay Rich was a guest on the show on Saturday, so go to DDFFB, check out the Dynasty Mailbag show. Great job by the boys. And then Ty DeClaire, let's get a little weird here. Trades, All Gas Trade Show, that comes out every single Friday. Make sure you pull up, check out Ty DeClaire on the All Gas Trade Show. And then last night, to our members over on DDFFB, I was flying solo last night, Jay Rich. Solo Ray GQ, talking through Quinnshon Judkins, talking through some of the second round holdouts. Different conversation than we're going to have here today because I got my co-host with me. But if you missed any of that content, make sure you head over to DDFFB to get that stuff. Jay Rich, let's I want to start with an announcement. There was an announcement. A player retired from the NFL, one of the best defenders of his era, of his time. Big Ndamukong Suh, the 5-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champ, 13-year NFL veteran, finally decided to call it quits. And in my opinion, Jay, I don't think you were probably watching college football during this particular game. But I'm going to tell you right now, there may not have been a more dominating performance by a defensive player in college football in the last 100 years than what Ndamukong Suh did in this Big 12 championship game versus Colt McCoy and the Texas Longhorns. By far, the most dominating individual collegiate defensive performance I have ever seen. He almost single-handedly won them a Big 12 title game. I think he sacked Colt McCoy 5 times in the game. Damn. He probably had 10 plus. It was absolute. He should have won the goddamn Heisman, man. I'm just telling you right now. Suh, he should have won the Heisman that year. Damn defensive tackle. He was out of his mind in that Big 12 title game. One of the best to do it in college, one of the best during his time in the NFL. And Ndamukong Suh calling it quits, Jay Rich.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember watching that game, but I remember the hype, particularly for Suh coming out and just how good he was, and obviously how good he was in the NFL as well. I think a bit of an underrated career when you really think about it. It seems like he was a player who was just a little bit overshadowed by Aaron Donald, right? Like with how good Aaron Donald was, he kind of took the luster away from how good Suh was in his own right. And I remember when Suh and Vita Vea were working together late in his career, like that was one of the best tandems in the interior defensive line in the NFL. So yeah, he definitely deserves his props. Probably won't make it to the Hall of Fame, but damn close when you just think about all that he accomplished throughout his not just college, but NFL career as well.
Yeah, man. 4.5 sacks in that Big 12 title game, 6 tackles for a loss. I mean, he was a menace, dude. Like Texas, everybody thought Texas was going to come in there. They had Shipley, they had Colt McCoy, they had ran through everybody. And it was like they could not do anything with 93. Absolutely dominating performance, good career for Ndamukong Suh. Jay, where do you want to go next? There's I think we got to start with Judkins, right? Do we have to start with the Quinnshon Judkins news? Okay, let's talk about where are we at? Quinnshon Judkins, it's not new. This happened, was it Saturday?
Saturday evening. The weird thing is that it actually happened 5 days prior to that, right?
Right, correct.
The incident itself, I believe, was on the 7th. 5 days prior, to and even in the reporting, I think I was reading it this morning talking about Judkins, and it was a delayed response.
Yes.
And that was acknowledged in the reporting from the police as in a charge, and I think it was domestic battery, or because have we got clarification on the charges yet as to what Judkins did officially? It seemed a little bit unclear based off the arrest report, and so we are waiting to hear more information about this. But basically, he was arrested 5 days after this alleged incident of battery arrest, domestic violence, whatever it is that he was charged for. He was incarcerated, he got his mugshot, and that's what kind of went viral on Saturday when someone finally found it, and he was ultimately arrested. And now we're waiting to find out what happens next, right? Initially, we just saw the mugshot, we just saw he was arrested, we saw domestic violence, and we started the panic.
Yep.
And then we found out that the incident was from 5 days earlier. And Ray, so how does that change things for you? Does it change things for you? And do you think that delayed outcome makes any difference from a legal perspective? Obviously, whatever happened, and whether he got arrested 5 days later, a month later, it doesn't really matter if he did it. But legally, do you think it matters at all?
Yeah, I do. I think it does matter. I think you are also right in your assertion that if you did it, you did it. Whether you did it 5 minutes ago or you did it 5 days ago, if you did it and you put hands on somebody, you put hands on them. I talked about it last night. However, I'm going to jump to the end of the story, right? However, you still have those Michelle Adoro cups,
dude.
Do you?
If you
this is a big segue. We gotta. Okay. Hold on. This is a. Hold on, dude. We were sponsored by them. You still have those cups from Michelle Adoro? Are you kidding me?
Ray, I don't just have these cups. I probably have, I'd say 15 sleeves of these cups. We ran through them. I have every single one because almost at the end of the sponsorship, they sent me like a fresh box with at least 10 sleeves. And I never use them because I have like my water bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
I have my mugs.
Dude,
but I can't find my Yeti mug anywhere. I've looked all around the house. I can't find it.
Floored.
So I'm
that
just
you still have those damn cups. Those cups have to
I should bring them to you.
I'm floored. I'm at that. We derailed the show, but those that know, Michelle Adoro is a big part was a big part of this operation here, and you still have these cups. Wow. Get that down. They don't sponsor us anymore. Get it down. They said no, thank you. They said no. Judkins, if you did it, you did it. I would prefer, what I said last night is however this plays out, you would prefer your players, your athletes not to be in trouble with the law. Point blank, period. Like, I don't want you don't want them getting arrested. You don't want a right now battery. You don't want a delayed battery. You want no battery. You would just prefer your players, especially, young players, not to be involved in the legal issues like that. It's going to be interesting to see how Cleveland reacts, though, Jay. This is what I talked about last night.
So?
And I want do you think that because of the bad vibes, press, and around Cleveland's signing of Deshaun Watson, right? And then all the stuff that happened right after they signed him, are they going to have a higher moral compass here to where they feel that they've got to really show that I don't think so, right? I just think that at the end of the day, and a lot of people won't want to, it's a business, right? And business-wise, he plays the most replaceable position in football. He wasn't a top 10. He's a goddamn running back, right? And as much as we might like the rookie prospect of Quinnshon Judkins, in the eyes of the NFL, like they're a dime a dozen. So if he's cleared, I don't think that they've got any obligation to be harder on him. They're just he's going to be out there and he's going to touch the ball 20 times, Jay Rich. Like I'm not trying to diminish what he did. To me, I don't feel a high level of concern about Quinnshon Judkins not playing football in 2025. Zero. Like I just do not. And the Browns, I don't think the Browns have any obligation to act or handle this any differently based on the past sins of other players. It's a business. He got in trouble. Happens all the time in the NFL, unfortunately, across sports. If he's cleared, if it doesn't seem like there's enough to stick legally, what are the Browns really going to do besides turn around and handle the damn ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think the funniest part about all this is that, like, this is the NFL. They don't exactly take the moral high ground just about ever. You could look to Joe Mixon, Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt, who still plays every single week, right? Tyreek Hill has had a bunch of incidents multiple times and is still one of the best receivers and one of the highest paid receivers in the NFL. The crazy thing for me with this whole Judkins story is, like, I understand people are saying, well, let's hear his side of the story and let's see what actually happened. Like, the NFL doesn't care about that. Like, they do care about that to some extent, but the NFL will suspend you for nothing. They'll suspend you if you have bad press in the media, just in general, because it's conduct detrimental to the league. And this is conduct detrimental to the league. And he could be suspended for it, but he's also not under contract, which is, going to lead into some of the other stuff we talked about yesterday, and we may talk about a bit today, is second-round picks are completely unsigned. Quinnshon Judkins, unsigned, has no contract. And so it'll be interesting to see, because I'm sure it will be talked about, is what is his contract look like? Because very rarely do we have players get in trouble like this without signing their rookie contract, right? Like, we don't have this happen too often. Usually they're signed by now. Training camp, is going into this week, next week type of stuff. So now we're in a situation where, okay, all the second round picks want guaranteed contracts because Jaden Higgins got one and Carson Schlesinger got one. But with Quinnshon Judkins, who I believe was the 36th pick, he was high in the second round being
he was right
drafted.
there at the top of the second.
He's kind of screwing it up for the rest of them, but if you're the Browns, it just gives you all the leverage to just get him signed and get him in camp immediately, because you want him away from Florida, you want him away from trouble, you want him in the building, give him a hotel across the street and tell him to stop fucking around. And at that point, it'll probably be even easier to actually get him in the building and on the field than it was previously. And that may open the floodgates for every other player.
Let me ask you this, because again, I talked about this last night, one deep. What I keep seeing a lot of people say is, why can't these guys understand the opportunity that they have and just do things the right way, walk the straight line? If it were me, Jay Rich, and I had an $11 million contract online, I wouldn't do anything, right? That's what a lot of people say. And I think it's easy to sit back in a position where you're making, what's the average median? What's the median salary?
Oh, probably like
$70,000 a year.
It's probably lower than that. Probably 50,
it's easy to say when you're making 70, 80 grand a year. If I had 11 million, I would never do this stuff. I would not put myself in these situations. But I don't. You act and you move where you are in your station of life. So with a lot of these NFL, to make it to the NFL, you're already at the top 1%, right? You've been the best you're the best damn player at your high school. You were probably the best player at your college. Agents fawning over you. You're in the NFL. Like that. That's the world in which you live. Like, Judkins didn't just get money and be like, oh, now I want to beat the shit out of women. Like, it didn't just happen, right? And I'm not saying he did that, but money did not make him do that. Like, they're not superheroes. They're not actors. They are real ass people, men and women, just like
kids,
you and I.
Right?
They get annoyed. They have regular shit that just go. My wife and I have argued. Jay Rich, we never feel, but they are they're regular human beings, man. So to think that they're not going to do regular stuff that people do on a day-to-day because they have money, like, it's just, that's not how it works, right? My first job, Jay, I think I made like $32,000 a year. My very first real job. I was making happy, right? And I remember thinking, man, if I ever get to the point where I make $100,000 a year, I'm doing it.
You remember those days, eh? When $100K, you were set for life.
If I ever get that, I'm not messing up. And you move on and you get to that point and you're just like, run me my paycheck. Like, it doesn't make you do anything different, right? It just gives you opportunity to just buy more shit and do a little bit more, but it doesn't change who you are intrinsically. So I'm not buying the fact that, just because you're in the NFL, you should not. Man, these dudes regular ass people, man, and they do regular people dumb shit like regular people do. like you and I do, like the average person who doesn't play in professional sports. So there's still a lot of information left to, I guess, be uncovered here. And what I'll be paying attention to, Jay, is what do the Browns do? He reports to camp and he's just out there and running. That tells me that they don't give a damn. And he's going to be right out there.
But if you're the NFL, Ray, you should want that. You should want him in camp. You should want him in Cleveland, because what the hell is going to happen in Cleveland? Like, nothing goes on in Cleveland. Nothing to do in Cleveland. He should be in Cleveland. And I think it's funny that you bring up the narrative around, oh, he's like, now he's got this contract at his feet. Like, let's not forget, this is an all SEC best running back freshman at Ole Miss. And how much do you think he got paid to go from Ole Miss to Ohio State? He probably got paid quite a bit. He's probably not now or potentially wealthy, right? He's probably been getting paid pretty well for a while, especially the past season at Ohio State. So now it's like, okay, he probably already had money. He probably already had advances because the contract was coming. He probably already had loans and all this stuff. So it's not like that side of things is new to him. I understand what everyone's saying, but at the same time, like, I just think these kids just do stupid shit. It happens all the time.
And I'm
like,
not saying regular people hit women. That's not what. But what I'm saying is they are regular people, right? They're just, money is not going to make them not do stuff, bad and or good. That money, it's not. I see Stanley saying it's changed me. It ain't changed me, dude. Like it hasn't. It's just. I'm just telling you what my experience through it and talking through folks. I'm not saying that regular people hit folks. Like that's the first thing I said. Like, keep your damn hands to yourself. But them being in the NFL, that's just their job. They're going to go do whatever people do, human beings, right? Good and or bad. But being in the NFL, for a lot of these cats, it is truly just a job. And if they're already a knucklehead, right? Getting money isn't going to make them not become a knucklehead, right? Get it? Yeah. Now that you got more money coming into your bank account, and when you live that type of lifestyle, it's scalable, right? I'm making $300,000, but I'm spending $250,000, so it ain't even like I got shit banked up and stacked up behind the scenes, you know? It just and as you grow, and what I talked about, man, is as you grow, man, you do realize that there are things and how I put it last night, Jay, is the thing that I think I have learned through getting older, and I think these players will, is you got real shit to lose, right? When you're 20, 21, 22, I mean, I think about that time. Like, you're an adult.
Like 8 months to lose.
But there's not a lot to lose. Sure, your job. But I was thinking about losing that $30,000 a year job when I'm out riding around doing whatever. Like, you're not there. But as you mature and you get older, it's like, I got a family to take care of. I know my earning potential is, you just mature with life and you learn how to not put your hands on folks, but maybe you learn how to get yourself out of situations, right? This shit is going sideways. This is a bad situation. Instead of being Superman and staying in there and I can handle it, how do I move? How do I position myself to not be in positions to get and that does come with maturity. There aren't a lot of 20-year-olds, 21, 22-year-olds who know how to not put themselves in those situations. That video of Ja'Marr Chase, right? I don't know if you saw, Chase was on the airplane. Somebody was filming him. They wanted an autograph. Chase clearly he had his hood on. He's just trying to fly to wherever the hell he's going. The dude's recording him. Oh, yeah, this dude won't sign. I'm thinking, man, if I'm 21, 22, I'd be get that from my face, man. You know what I mean?
If he was 22, he definitely would have.
But Chase had the maturity, right, of there to just like, man, I'm not even worried about this dude. Not everybody has that. And you do learn that as you get older. So hopefully not just Judkins, right, but a lot of these players, as they mature, you figure out how to just not put yourself in them situations, man. Like,
and it's all sports, right? Like
all
sports. These guys are targets.
Not put myself in these
young
situations?
Rookies now going into the league, they're all targets for things like this because if anything happens to that, like if they do anything wrong, they're in big trouble. But there's never repercussions for the person that's antagonizing the Ja'Marr Chases on the planes, right? For not doing stuff. And that's where I think, like you said, the maturity comes from knowing that they have everything to lose, and the person across from them has nothing to lose in the same context. So it's like it's very difficult.
Keegan said
he said
nowadays these players are getting money that grown men never see at 17. Money won't make them smarter or change how they act. JR Enterprise said, yeah, it's a learning process, but it's a process that each person needs to take actively. doesn't just happen like magic. Fizzle Dollars in the show, and he said, easy for people to judge a 21-year-old given millions that he worked hard for behind a desk at a place you barely show up to earn your paycheck. Hate that this happened, but he's a human man. He will learn. I thought Ray was talking about that video of Chase curving the girl outside the club. No, this was Chase on an airplane, man. This was Chase on an airplane with an unruly individual who wanted an autograph, and he didn't engage, right? He did not engage in the conversation. So I don't think there's much detail outside of what you and I already know,
Not
right?
yet,
Why he was arrested, what the statute is, the maximum sentence it can carry if convicted, if it was upgraded to a felony, it was delayed battery. We shall see. What do you do from a fantasy football? So again, Jay Rich nor I are condoning putting your hands on any damn person, man or woman, but DV, come on, man. Like that, we're not condoning any of that. From a fantasy perspective, though, Jay, like I would be on the buyer side of this opportunity. If we're just talking fantasy football, I would be on the side of I would try to acquire. Or if somebody were put him on the block and is floating him out there, I would not be opposed to acquiring Quinnshon Judkins because I think he's just based on the information that we have on Monday, July 14, 2025 at 8:32 a.m., I think he will probably play more than he sits in 25.
Yeah, I'd be looking to upgrade those Cam Scadaboos, those Dylan Sampsons, those, second rounders, add a little bit to it and try and get a Judkins who's a first rounder. I think really the question is like, if you didn't have a rookie draft yet, would you take a Caleb Johnson over Judkins?
That's a good,
would you just bump him all the way down a tier? Would you put him in that Ibuka tier? I'm trying to think if
where's he going?
Goes late in that.
He's going, 105, 106? So sure, if you want to take Caleb Johnson ahead of him, you could have done that before the. I just don't think it really. I don't think it really moves anything right now.
Yeah, I'm not.
Johnny
not
is asking,
personally.
where do you draft him in rookie drafts? He's still a first round pick.
I think 108, 109. Like,
put him at the back of the RB.
I'm not taking a tight end over him. I'm probably not taking a Ibuka over him. Like, you just probably bump him behind wherever you have Caleb Johnson, and that's it.
Yeah, I just right now, the Browns, the NFL, in the limited information that we have, I'm not moving back to the last of the running backs. You could take Travion over him. Omarion Hampton's going over him. You want to take Caleb Johnson over him, fine. You want to roll RJ Harvey in Denver over him, fine. But I think that would have been fine prior to this. If you wanted to take those guys ahead of Judkins prior to that, I think that would have been fine. So just moving back. I'm not taking no Scadaboo, Tootin, no Matthew Golden, no Luther Burden. I'm not taking any of the tight ends. So there, I think he's still right there. Right there. Here's Streaky Drip. My goodness, what a name. He said, my draft was in June. Johnson went 110. Judkins went at the 2-2 spot. So, yeah. There you go.
That's pretty late, though.
Well, let's talk about the second part of this. And you already teed it up because he is not under contract. And all these damn second rounders, they want guaranteed money, right? All the second rounders, they want their bread guaranteed. And you can blame the Texans. The Texans, and I again, last night, Jay Rich, I talked about this solo, but did the Texans know this was going to cause panic? Did the Texans know? You know what? Because when it happened, when Jaden Higgins signed his rookie deal, it was news, but it wasn't big news. Like it was like, oh, he signed a fully guaranteed deal. Oh, historic moment for the second rounder. Nobody was talking about how this was going to impact the rest of the class come training camp. I think it was just a foregone conclusion that rookies, you show up. You ain't no top 10 pick. You're a second round pick. You will be in camp. And LA Chargers rookie wide receiver Trey Harris, Jay Rich, he said, I'm not going to be there unless I get that goddamn deal. Trey Harris is officially the first rookie second round training camp holdout. I think 30 of 32 are currently unsigned from the second round. Trey Harris, Chargers reported, the rookies reported on Saturday. The veterans report on Wednesday. On the 16th, training camp starts. This second round rookie is not there. Jay Rich, is this going to be a problem? Is this going to be a problem? Who caves first, the teams or the players? And what does this do developmentally for these rookie second rounders who don't want to sign a non-guaranteed contract and therefore probably won't be in training camp in the next couple of days?
I think it's bad news if you're a second round pick right now. So for anyone who isn't aware of the situation, Carson Swessinger drafted 33rd overall, Jaden Higgins drafted 34th overall. Both have guaranteed contracts. Every pick from 35 onward in the second round, no deal, unsigned. So 30 of 32 second rounders completely unsigned. And this was like even before when we were talking about Jack Betch for Deontay Thornton. Right. Jack Betch unsigned, Thornton signed in camp, playing well, looking good. But realistically, Ray, like, second round picks matter, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
They matter. But they are not going to change the trajectory of your franchise a whole lot. And so if you're a team, I feel like, why would you do anything but just wait? Just wait and see what happens. Trey Harris, you want to hold out, hold the line? Okay, cool. You know, everyone else want to hold the line? Okay, cool. We still got our entire team here. Mike Green doesn't show up for the Ravens. Guess what? They're still going to have a great pass rush. They're still one of the best teams in the league. And as long as they got Malachi Starks on the back end, which they do, they're going to be more than fine. And so I think it's just a waiting game. And yeah, you can blame the Texans GM for giving Jaden Higgins that fully guaranteed contract, but I kind of think it's more on the players to understand, like, look, just because he got it doesn't mean you get it. And at some point,
but
they're going to have to come to that reality.
If you were picked right after Higgins, why the hell am I not getting it? Why not?
I hear you. I fully hear you. But it's the same story with Shamar Stewart. Shamar Stewart,
is he still unsigned?
No one talks about this. Is Shamar Stewart signed? I don't think so, because we haven't got an update saying that he's signed yet. He doesn't want the deal because he's on the Bengals and maybe something's going to happen. Like, ultimately, it's going to hurt your own development. You could practice without a deal, which they did through minicamp. Training camp is a different story, but I don't think the players are going to win this battle. Like, I just don't, because the NFL doesn't need second-round picks to continue to have a season this year. Like, they just don't. And ultimately, if the Saints can't roll Tyler Shuck out there because he wants a full and guaranteed contract, I think they're going to be more than okay. So I think that's where the players are in trouble.
And let's be fair to the conversation. We do not know that every second round rookie is asking for a fully guaranteed contract, right? We don't know that, right?
We don't. Yeah. Well, I'd say that it seems like that's the case. And let's expand the conversation, right? Because very recently there was a report that came out that there was proven collusion against Lamar Jackson and his contract being fully guaranteed for his extension. That was proven.
Yes,
that came out to the public.
That is
and
not
so now
conspiracy
maybe
theory.
there could be a conspiracy of sorts that we maybe can prove, maybe can't prove, amongst high-profile agents of these second-round picks that are saying, we want fully guaranteed contracts for the second round. And honestly, Ray, like I said this even when we talked about Shamar Stewart, why aren't these contracts fully guaranteed? What is the point of being drafted if you're not getting a fully guaranteed contract? I'm pretty sure in every other sport, contracts are fully guaranteed for rookies. Now, baseball is a bit different because there's the arbitration process and all that stuff, but NFL, NHL, and then the NFL first round picks are guaranteed, but beyond that, they aren't. Why not just get rid of all this and just guarantee them all fully? Because
the chat is blowing up over
drafted?
This topic. The chat is absolutely blowing up over this topic, and I want to hit some of these really quickly, man. Luke said it. Man, these NFL players, agents, teams are so toxic. It's annoying. Agree. Davo305 said agree, probably the new norm. There's another one right here. JR Enterprise says it's all just a puppet show that's carefully curated for us to watch. Don't look at the hidden hand pulling the strings. We've got Daniel saying, feel like this is a CBA issue that players need to come together and say, we should have guaranteed contracts as rookies and also have some guaranteed contracts for non-rookie players. Jay, dude, they call it revisionist history because as you're going through it, you kind of don't really understand the magnitude of the era that you're living in, right? Like,
for sure.
We've lived through some wild things just in life in general. There have been, I was just thinking through the last 6 years, just wild shit that you're like, wow, this happened.
Look farther than that, and
like
when
this happened, I think in sports we're in that era right now, man. I really, really, really believe that all of this, I'm going to call it awareness, that players are really starting to assert and have across all sports, the power that they have as an individual business entity. And you're seeing this evolve throughout sports media. There aren't no regular people on ESPN and NFL anymore. They're all former athletes, right? The big sponsors, they're not getting the Ray Garvins to push that underdog code. I got Gilbert Arenas. I got Drewski. I've got real live influencers who are businesses on their own. NIL with high school players getting $5 million contracts before stepping foot on a collegiate campus. College football players, basketball players, gymnasts, everything is a business now, right? It ain't no loyalty to you got players on teams that say, I'm playing Buffalo, I ain't living there. Like, it's just where I work. I live in LA. Like, there's no loyalty to a school. There's no loyalty to a team. It is dollars and cents. And I think we are entering this era where there's about to be a lot of mix-up, a lot of shake-up around contracts. And I think in the NFL, and the reason why because the owners aren't giving up that control, right? The owners are banning up and saying, we ain't doing this shit, right? We are not giving all of this power to the players. And that is why I think for NFL contracts, you try to do things like a no trade clause. You try to put stuff in there like getting all your guaranteed money up front. You're doing things like these second round picks saying that I want my $11 million fully guaranteed regardless of the outcome. I think we are just at the beginning of this, Jay Rich.
So can I add some context here, Ray? Because I didn't realize it was this bad. So just because I didn't know and I hadn't done the research yet, Ladd McConkey's contract last year, second round pick, highly drafted, right in the range of Quinnshon Judkins, Jaden Higgins, all these guys. And what's crazy is, so his contract last year was for $9.995 million. How much do you think he got guaranteed last season?
Half, $5 million. $5 million guaranteed.
$9.185 million guaranteed. So we're talking about haggling over $800,000, which is essentially the last year. It's actually less than the last year of his rookie deal. So this is what the players are haggling over. It's something in the realm of probably less than $1 million. Now, again, I can't confirm that. This is just based off one contract from last year. But if the contract is $11 million, he's probably getting at least $10 million guaranteed, right? Because Ladd McConkey got almost $9 million guaranteed on a $10 million contract. So now, how does that change the way you feel about this, knowing that they are haggling? Again, it's a lot of money. Not trying to say it's not a lot of money, but to not be in camp, to hold out, to miss valuable practice time, it's just not a lot. And I think in the same breath, bridging that gap as the NFL and saying, let's just get these guys in camp because we know how important it is to have them in the building, to have them like under contract. So it's just interesting that these are the figures that we're arguing over, right? It's not $5 million. It's not half. Like you thought it was half, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's just interesting.
Yeah. I don't think this has changed. I honestly, I have no clue how this is going to pay out. And I know people are like, well, Trey Harris was the 55th pick. He can't help that the Chargers report to camp first. So he's just the first one up, regardless of where he was picked in the list, in the order of second round picks. He's just up now to go to camp, to report. I'm very curious, and I don't know how RJ Harvey feels, or his agent, or whoever was picked in round 2. I don't know what their situation is versus them. So this could be a moot point for half of them. There could be some that they're just working out the language and they're going to sign and show up. But if they band together and you don't see second round picks show up, this is only going to hurt Trey Harris, right? If he's not there,
it hurts the individual players.
Come Wednesday, you know who it hurts? It hurts Trey Harris. And you know who the beneficiary is going to be? I put it out on X and people laughed and they didn't like it. Trey Harris, you don't want to be there? Quentin Johnston, go ahead and get right back on out there. You know the offense already. And I'm not saying that QJ is going to be some all-pro, but he went from wide receiver like 75 in his rookie year to wide receiver 39 in PPR in a 1 year sample. He was better. He was undoubtedly better in year 2. He's in the building under the same coaching staff. Like, this only hurts Trey Harris, Jay Rich. And at what point when does it stop, right? All second-round picks fully guaranteed out. I'm a third-round pick. I'm a day 2 guy.
Yeah,
I want my shit fully
guaranteed, right?
I want my $5.2 million fully guaranteed over these first 4 years of my rookie deal. When does it stop? When this just...
It's a slide, and that's why I get it from the owner's perspective. It's like you said, it's a sliding scale, and this is where I believe it was AJ in the chat saying, "Why am I blaming the players and not the owners for holding back that money?" It's not that I'm blaming the players, because ultimately it's not the players, it's the agents. The agents want what the agents want. And I think you have to remember that if you're applying to a job, right, they're going to tell you how much you're going to make, and you're either going to accept that offer or you're not going to do that.
What?
And unfortunately for the NFL, you get drafted to a team and you are somewhat, not fully, but bound to that organization.
Hey, Rich,
every organization is different. What's up?
We got some news, man. We got a developing story right now. Let me pull it up. Developing story, Jay Rich. Let me fix this and position this a little better. Right here, Adam Schefter, 3 minutes ago. 49ers wide receiver Jauan Jennings, who is scheduled to make $7.5 million this season in the final year of his deal, wants a new contract or a trade. The fact that that's already in the language, either I want a new deal or trade me. What the 49ers, man, in wide receivers, my God. You get one that's getting shot up. You got one that was fat and they traded away. You've got Jauan Jennings, who comes out of nowhere and he wants a new deal. You've got, who else is there? I mean, Aiyuk, we don't know what's going on with his knees. You gave Brock Purdy $250 million. Now Jauan Jennings wants a deal. Jay!
It's kind of crazy.
I'm not blaming him. This is the stuff that moves the dynasty market, right? Like, what do you do now? Goddamn, Jauan Jennings wants money. Quinnshon wants a fully get. What did it make it is, Jay?
He's 13th in cap hit on the 49ers. It ain't like he's not being paid pretty well relative to some of the other players on the team. Yeah, you obviously talked about Brandon Aiyuk. He's making a ton of money. But, I mean, Jauan Jennings is still making a good chunk of change. And honestly, this makes me want to draft more Brandon Aiyuk, trade for Brandon Aiyuk. Like, maybe he's going to be on...
That makes me want to draft some more Ricky Pearsall.
Or Ricky Pearsall, right? And I think what's crazy is that...
People are saying pay Jennings. Are you paying Jennings? This is just the same shit that happened with Jonnu Smith, right? Are you paying Jennings? Jennings probably wants what? Nico money? He probably wants Nico money.
I don't know what the question is. What does he want?
That's the quote. What is he? He's scheduled to make. He's scheduled to make $7.5 million, and right now it seems he is the projected wide receiver 1 for the 49ers in 2025. $7.5 million. It's the final year of his deal. Jennings ain't finna play unless he get a new deal. And ain't no what is anybody trading for him?
Is he gonna rip up his void years? He's got like $8 million in void year guarantees.
Who would trade for him? And what role would he occupy on the team? Ain't nobody trading for Jauan Jennings to be the number 1 receiver. Not one of the other 31 teams would send any capital to San Francisco to bring Jauan Jennings to their team to be their number 1 receiver. Not a goddamn team in the NFL. Not one.
I mean, we're talking about a 28-year-old receiver. Yeah, he almost had 1,000 yards last year, which is, it's good.
Not one of the 31 other teams. Not one.
Unless you're the Tennessee Titans, like what are we doing
Not
here?
one.
Like, are the Commanders going to trade for like a 4th rounder to get another receiver?
If I'm the Titans, you think I'm trading any kind of future capital with Cam Ward for Jauan Jennings? No, not one. Not one. And I'm not. I don't know. This ain't no. And I just want to be clear. This ain't shade to Jauan Jennings. Go get your bag, Jauan. Ain't no team in the NFL sending any capital to San Francisco to bring Jauan Jennings in to be their wide receiver 1. Not one.
What's crazy is Spotrac has his market value at a 2-year, $20 million contract. So we're talking about like a 2-2 Atwell extension for Jauan Jennings. And if that's what he wants, I mean, maybe you do it, just keep him in the building. But if he's not ripping up his void years, then I just don't see the reason why you do that. Like, it's the same as paying Alan Lazard.
Who's the GM Who's the GM in San Francisco?
It's
Lynch?
John Lynch. John Lynch. Yeah.
Lynch he was close to, he was balding already. He's got to have all hair's got to be gone at this point. He just cannot.
But the funny thing is, though, Ray, is I kind of think Jennings has the leverage. I hear you, and I'm with you, but I kind of think he has the leverage.
Absolutely.
In San Francisco, yeah.
Yes.
I think because he's if the reports are Aiyuk isn't healthy and potentially going to be on the pup, we know that Ricky Pearsall should be fine and coming back, but again, it's really his first full season in the NFL after a partial season last year. He is the guy who the offense is probably going to run through, and maybe he knows that, and he's trying to capitalize on that, but I'm kind of with you. If I'm the Niners, I'm calling his bluff, and I'm shipping him off to the worst place possible. If I could ship him off to Cleveland, I would. I'd say, Cleveland, you want Jauan Jennings for a sixth rounder? You got him. And I will back.
I mean, what did Jonnu get traded for? What did they get back for John? Another different package.
He was a package though.
Okay.
The Ramsey trade. But like, why wouldn't you trade Jauan Jennings and sign Keenan Allen? Keenan Allen's a California kid. He's probably fine playing in San Francisco. He could run the same role, probably do it just as well.
You're probably right,
Jennings.
Jay. You're probably right.
And all that money you were paying Jauan Jennings, you could ship him off to somewhere for probably a 6th, 7th rounder, sign Keenan Allen. He'll be happy to be in California. I don't see the point. I'm kind of with you. I don't see the point. I think he may have a bit of leverage internally, but I don't know why anyone would trade for him. Unless they're just getting him for nothing. Right?
I'm reading the chat. I mean, there's no Moggs put the Saints. Could the Saints trade like if
he's cheap enough?
I don't think any team in the
NFL.
Who
actually would be good is the Seahawks. They probably would never do it because it's in division, but going and playing in that Clint Kubiak style offense, but they already have enough
Jennings needs to stay right where
receivers.
Maybe they give him a little pay bump. I do think that if they are going to deploy him and utilize him like their top receiver, he probably should get a nice little pay bump. He should give him another. He just signed an extension last year, right? He just signed one. He just signed an extension. So give him a little pay bump, but I'm not giving you damn Nico money. Like, and I don't even. What do you want him in Seattle for? Like,
well, just pair him with Kubiak. Be familiar with him. Know how to utilize him. All that kind of stuff. He's got to go somewhere. If he ain't in San Francisco, he got to go somewhere. And they probably won't cut him because he's
the Patriots. Like, would you even want him in New England?
We got Kendrick Bourne. We got the OG Jauan Jennings. Why would we need him for?
I mean, you got the original Jauan Jennings. Joe says send them to Washington. Just send all the old Niner receivers to the Commanders. The team. Well,
because
Debo
Adam Peters is running the show over there.
Joe is just like, give Jaden Daniel all the weapons. Just I don't give a damn. Give me all the weapons. Right? Yep. JR Enterprise, give him 100% raise, $15 million. I'm with you. Give him. I'm a W up. If you do it again, Jauan, I'll double you up again. But I'm not giving you no $25 million.
I mean, the problem is he's owed $13.8 million. Jeez. He's still owed almost $15 million. So how much more are we going to give him?
They need to stop giving out wide receiver deals. I
think part of it is cap manipulation, right? They're got a lot of void years on his contract, so it's just cap manipulation. But yeah, like he's still owed a decent chunk of money. The cap, it's only $7.5 million, or actually his cap, it's only $4 million. But his dead cap is $13 million. So they're not going to cut him. Like, it's just not happening.
Never a dull day in the NFL. Chiefs have until 4 p.m. I'm looking at Schefter to sign franchise tag guard Trey Smith. So we're under Trey Smith watch as well. Jay Rich, can we talk some lists before we get out of here? Can we talk
yes, sir.
Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL? Can we do that?
This is what the people want right here.
Let's do that. This is what the people want. Top 10 quarterbacks. ESPN dropped the list this morning. Jay Rich, top 10. Leagues voted on this. Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Number 1, Jay, who we got?
Patrick Mahomes remains at number 1, Ray. I think, amongst NFL personnel, execs, you ask them what quarterback do you want? They want Patrick Mahomes still. Despite losing the Super Bowl, still a phenomenal quarterback, still number 1. Who do we got at number 2?
Any disagreement with Mahomes being number 1?
Nah, man, he's too good. He's just too good as a quarterback. Like, maybe they're not the best team anymore, but he's still arguably the best quarterback.
All right. Number 2 on the list, Jay Rich, take a guess.
I know who it is.
Oh, I haven't looked at the full list. So
it's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. The MVP in Buffalo, Josh Allen at number 2, Ray. Any disagreements over Josh Allen at number 2? Kind of hard to disagree.
No, I mean, I'm not. Maybe personal preference would move him around, but I'm not gonna.
It's not
argue.
a bad. Yeah, it's not a bad.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, Josh Allen, this is blasphemous that he's at number 2. No, not gonna do that. So, Josh Allen at 2. At 3, Joe Burrow. Jay Rich, highest ranking, number 1, lowest, number 5. Last year, he was voted number 2, 28 years old for Joe Burrow. Number 3 on the list of top quarterbacks in the NFL.
It's kind of crazy, Ray. Number 3, he's a good quarterback. But I don't think I'd put him at number 3. Like,
a lot of people think he's the best quarterback in the NFL. A lot of people say he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
You know what helps being the best quarterback in the NFL, Ray? And you know I like to make fun of you because of this, but it's definitely true in the case of Joe Burrow. He's got Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase?
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson ain't got Jamar Chase. They don't even got close to Jamar Chase. They don't even have close to T. Higgins on their roster.
Yeah.
So let's be honest about like what Joe Burrow has to work with as well. Like, yeah, the offensive line is a problem. Yeah, the defense sucks so they can't win games, but Joe Burrow has some of the best weapons in the NFL.
Lamar Jackson, number 4. Jay Rich, highest ranking, number 1. Lowest ranking, 6th. How is Lamar 28? He was drafted in 2018, and Burrow was 20. 2 years. 2 years. He's the same age as Burrow. Man, Lamar's still young and spry. Lowest ranking, 6th. Highest ranking, 1. Lamar Jackson, number 4. Jay Rich?
Has to be top 3.
I think he had to be top 3.
I don't care. I don't care what your preference is. Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. He just is. Like, he's shown it year in and year out for like the past 3 to 4 seasons.
May not be a better pure passer, right? He's not a better pure passer.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that they also beat the Bengals a lot. So just off that alone, like, we should be, okay, you didn't make it to a Super Bowl yet. Like, oh my God, Joe Burrow made Super Bowl one time.
I really don't. I haven't looked at the list. So QB5 is okay. Jaden Daniels, QB5.
QB5 for JD5, Ray?
And this is not fantasy football. This is NFL. Top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Highest ranking of 5, lowest ranking of 10. It's bold.
Wide gap, wide range.
Bold. This is a bold
Number
statement.
5 already, the 5th best quarterback in the NFL. Joe's boy, Jaden Daniels.
He's very good though, and I think this year we will either say he is a top 5 quarterback, or maybe we were a little out over our skis, but he's still very good, right?
There was a quarterback that was on this list last year, second-year quarterback that is not on the list anymore. So very well could happen. Number 6, your boy. You love you some Matthew Stafford. So does the NFL. Matthew Stafford, number 6, Jay Rich. Matthew Stafford, number 6.
Matthew Stafford is just so good.
You love you some Stafford.
When he's at his best, he is arguably the best quarterback in the NFL.
You love Stafford.
He is so good. Like, so good. So I'm fine with him at 6. Because people have to remember, like, this is not which quarterback would you start a franchise with. This is for 2025.
2025.
And you put them all in the same situation. I think Matthew Stafford's going to deal very similarly to every other quarterback who's not in the top 3. And I think, to be fair to Stafford, he can probably deal at a Mahomes level at times when he's at his best.
Number 7, Justin Herbert. Again, one of your boys. Somebody ranked him 3. This was you, 100%. Ranked him number
ESPN, 3. ESPN asked me on my predictions for the season. I had Justin Herbert at 3. But yeah, 3 is kind of crazy. 3 is knowing the talent of Justin Herbert and saying one day he's going to put it together, because he hasn't done it yet, but he does have a ton of talent and he's a very good quarterback. But I think 7, do you think 7 is fair for him in any way? It's more fair than when someone had him at 5.
Let's move on to number 8, and then I'll save my opinion for the end. Number 8, Jay Rich, Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions. Number 8.
I'm sorry, Jared Goff. I have no respect for your game at all. I'm not putting you on my top 10 QB I'm just
second in the NFL in yards per attempt, second most yards in the league, 4,600, 75% completion percentage on play action. You don't like the name because he got traded. I'm telling you, it's psychological. He got traded away and he's just Jared Goff. Nobody likes him, but he's actually pretty damn good. I'm not saying he should be 8. I'm not saying he should be.
He's pretty damn good.
He's very, very good. He's very, very
good. In this system, he's pretty damn good. You put him in a neutral system, I'm going to have some questions.
All right.
But Number 9. For 2025, so we'll see.
Finally, Jalen Hurts. And this is from execs and coaches. The highest ranking of Jalen Hurts was number 6. Wasn't even at his ceiling level outcome. He was not voted on as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Is this unfair and disrespectful for Jalen Hurts?
9 is disrespectful.
9 is very disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
But at the same time,
no buts.
Well, the but is I understand that people don't view him as a top 5 quarterback. Like, I understand that. And that part, I get. People in fantasy that, play fantasy football, they got him, he's in the top 5. He's top 5 quarterback. He's so efficient. He's this and that.
Hey, this ain't our list. This ain't our list. This ain't this is not our list, right?
But the thing is that the highest ranking of 6 is a bit surprising. Like, no one's saying he's better than Goff, no one's saying he's better than Burrow, better than Lamar, better than Allen, better than Mahomes. And I don't think anyone really would. But this is saying that no one said he was better than Jaden Daniels. Pretty much. Because one person had Stafford
Nobody said he's better than Daniels.
No one said he's better than Daniels because Daniels' high was 5. Like, I hear where
the lowest ranking, he was unranked. The highest was 6th. The lowest, he wasn't even inside the top 10 conversation.
And I think it's just people view him as a system quarterback. And this is where, I was telling you pre-show, like, one of the things about Jalen Hurts is that he's been underrated, not just this season, not just going into 2025. Like, he's been underrated for a very, very long time. Like, from the time he was at Alabama to Oklahoma to being a second rounder, even though he showed he can be a prolific passer in college, now being in the NFL, still not getting the respect he deserves, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, like, but I do also get it. Like, I get that he's not the talent of the top guys, but he deserves much more respect than he's received. At number 10, Ray, we got your boy Baker Mayfield. How do you feel about Baker being in the top 10?
Yeah, Baker's absolutely top 10 quarterback for 2025. Gunslinger. He's going to throw the ball a shit ton. He's got the weapons. I think Baker should be on the list. Highest ranking for Baker, 5.
Still higher than Hurts. And people aren't going to rank Baker in the top 10. They're just not. Like, that makes a ton of sense. But someone had the courage, their conviction to say Baker, top 5. And there's probably Tannenbaum, because I know Tannenbaum loves Baker.
Baker Mayfield. Were there any honorable mentions? Okay, honorable mention, CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud was an honorable mention.
Would CJ Stroud be an honorable mention for you?
Well, because he was on the list last year. Jordan Love. And then others receiving votes, Kyler, Purdy, Dak, Rodgers, Tua, Bo Nix. That is the article. This was, who did this?
I think Fowler put it together, but
Jeremy Fowler put it together.
It's a poll of executives and player personnel, coaches, scouts across the NFL.
Yep. There it is right there. There it is. Top 10 quarterback. Chat does not like it. Jay Rich, they do not like it. They don't like it. Hurts is top 5. Get Goff off the list, says Keegan. That was ridiculous. All right, Jay. Anything else before we wrap up, Jay? Hit the music, man. Hit the music.
I think that's it.
Hit the music.
I think that's it, man.
Hit the music.
Everyone loves that Jalen Hurts.
Huh?
Everyone loves that Jalen Hurts.
Loves that Hurts, man. I like that Hurts.
You got him in your top 5?
I would have him.
Jalen Hurts or JD5?
I'd have him 5th.
That's tough.
JD5's got to do it again. JD5's in my top 10. Hurts would have been 5th. JD5's in the top 10, no doubt. He's in my top 10, no doubt. I'd probably move JD5 down. You're second-year player. I can't put you in the top 5 yet.
He's probably 7 or 8 for me.
Yeah, I think that's more than appropriate. You put Jaden Daniels at 7 or 8. You put Hurts at 5. Drop Goff down to 10. Move Baker Mayfield up to 7 or that other one. I think we're cooking.
Yeah.
I think we're cooking a little bit. I think we're cooking a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. We appreciate everybody being in the building, man. And yes, Moggs, I think Goff I said it, man. People didn't want to hear it, Moggs. Goff is good. Goff is a good quarterback. Goff is a good quarterback. Couple of super chats real quick. Crystal Catching Outdoors. Appreciate the super chat. Just traded Judkins for Egbuka and Chuba.
Chuba and G. Willie.
Oh,
Garrett
traded
Wilson, I imagine.
Judkins, Egbuka for Chuba and Garrett Wilson. Oh, I'm good with that.
Not bad.
Oh,
Not bad. I don't mind it at all.
I'm good with that. I air horn that. And then my dog Stanley, man. Stanley. Austin Simmons. Ole Miss Heisman Trophy dark horse. Austin Simmons. Ole Miss Heisman Trophy dark horse. Okay. Stanley, I will
Let's take a look.
I will tap in. And speaking of dark horse players and candidates, Jay Rich, we've got Jordan Tyson dropping on the channel tomorrow. We're going to run that promo before we get out of here. Anything you want to say to people before we go, Jay Rich?
Home run derby tonight, Ray. We're betting on James Wood.
My wife,
Big Wood.
Hey, and the people, I got to let the people know, I know who the big dumper is. I don't know. I got a lot of slack in the comments about not knowing who the big dumper is. I know who Cal Raleigh is. I'm excited to watch Big 29 swing the stick. I know who the big dumper is now. I got it under control. We are all good, Jay Rich. Yeah, my wife is in Atlanta right now. She said between.
Oh, is she? That sucks.
You know, the WWE event was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Home Run, the All-Star event is in Atlanta, and then the Beyonce concert's been in Atlanta for the last. So she went down there. So she said the city. She said there's a lot of YNs everywhere, ripping and running through Atlanta right now. But she's down there, man. So maybe she'll see the big dumper as she's headed to the airport, man.
Yeah.
All right.
No, big James Wood, baby.
Fredo, we talked WWE at the beginning, man. Love Naomi winning. I hate Seth Rollins destroyed his freaking knee. I don't know if you saw it. That was ACL if I've ever seen one before. Everybody, it's a work. Hate it. Excited for Raw tonight, and for those of y'all that missed at the top of the show, no wake up this Friday. I will be, Fredo. I'll be in San Antonio for the Smackdown event. So we're going to go to Smackdown, check out that WWE event with the kids. So no wake up on Friday. Make sure y'all are locked in and tapped into both the Fantasy Football channel and this channel. We got 26 prospect profiles rolling this week. We're going to kick things off this week with Jordan Tyson tomorrow. We're going to run that promo, get out, and we'll see y'all on Wednesday. Peace. Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson was hurt in his final regular season game for Arizona State in 2024. Therefore, a lot of y'all who watched the college football playoffs, you did not get to see this young man play. Kind of like, who is Jordan Tyson? Well, let me tell you right now, this young man, for me, early in this process going into the 2025 college football season, he is my wide receiver one. His ability to win on deep routes, create separation anywhere at any time, his ball tracking ability, the way that he plays the wide receiver position, I'm excited as hell for this young man here in 2025. And after this video, if you did not know who Jordan Tyson is, I promise you'll be excited as well. Summer scouting wide receivers kicks off with Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson. Let's get it.